What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I'm here with my review for AD ASTRA. Now, if you have not seen this movie yet, please come back because there will be spoilers. But first and foremost, I want to say thank you to Nerdist for inviting me out to the premiere of AD ASTRA. It was an honor to get the email, to get sent out and say, hey, we want you to come check this out. We want you to be here. And, I've been wanting that to happen with more and more films. So to have this happen, thank you so much, Nerdist, for making that happen. Now, my overall thoughts on AD ASTRA. It's a movie that you have to be into. This is a personal choice. A lot of people will love this film. A lot of people may not like it. A lot of people may be confused. There's so many different feelings you can have with this movie. Now, if you didn't know, it stars Brad Pitt. You've been seeing his face all over billboards. You've been seeing trailers and everything. And it stars Brad Pitt as Roy McBride. He's an astronaut that works for the United States Space Command. What does that sound like, right? United States Space Command? Well, before I go any further, I have to remind you, this is based on an original idea. Right. I know it's not based on anything else. So that was one of the main unique things about this. A lot of sci-fi space films we see have tones to other movies or similar to other things. And this in itself is its own entity, its own full story. But you can kind of compare it to other things as you watch it. But its original idea as a whole. So Brad Pitt plays Roy McBride. He's an astronaut who's real calm, cool, collective. Heart rate never goes up. He's focused. He knows what he needs to do. Anything he has to do, any mission he's given, he completes it pretty much. And everything. He completes his psychological profiles. Like, dude ain't gone batshit crazy, being in space all the time. He okay. He good. Well, at one point, Space Command brings him in for a classified mission, and they like, yo, man, what you know about this Luna project? You know what I'm saying? We need you, the Lima project, excuse me. We need you to go ahead. You know, your dad ran this shit, right? Your dad ran it, and here's the thing. You thought your daddy was dead for like 30-something years? Yo, your dad's alive. Yo, Pops is alive, and we need you to go stop him because we think Pops done went batshit crazy. Like, he ain't had no bourbon. He ain't had no women. He ain't had no football. Like, your daddy that lost his mind in space. Like, he out here trying to kill people. That's why the Earth going through shit, y'all. We say Earth, EARF. But basically that is beside the silliness, that's what's happening. Brad's character is brought in to try to stop his father, who's played by Tommy Lee Jones. Now, one of the things I did rock with in this movie was the ensemble cast they brought together. You have Tommy Lee Jones as his father. You have Donald Sutherland as the corporal or colonel, that Brad Pitt's character is a close confidant with, who actually tells him the secrets of things that's happening. Kimberly Elise is in this movie. Like, yo, I've been a fan of Kimberly Elise since Set It Off. I saw her at the premiere. I didn't get a chance to say anything because she was already sworn, and I wanted to be like, oh my God, I loved you in Set It Off. When you was like, I need this money. And then, they killed you, TT, and it was really messed up. But then you had her. Ruth Negga, and here's the problem I have with having Ruth Negga in the film. When you have someone the caliber and talent of Ruth Negga in a movie, you're expecting to see her do a lot. You're expecting to see her be heavily involved with this film. She's a Martian. She's born on Mars. That's what makes her a Martian. And when they get to Mars, eventually, I'll fast forward, it goes to Mars. She basically tells Brad Pitt that your daddy's the reason my parents are dead, and if you finna try to go find him past the moons of Saturn, I want to come with you. Well, she doesn't, and that's it. Like, you use her for 15 minutes total, and that's it. There's nothing else to it. And I feel like that was a waste. We see a lot of movies where some characters are cameos, surprise additions that you didn't know were in the film. But Ruth Negga had been promoted as being one of the main stars of this movie alongside Brad Pitt and Tommy Lee Jones. So it's like, I feel like you promoted somebody to get the people in the seats, which is nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, people in the seats are expecting to see more out of her. Before they go to Mars, they end up on the moon. And I need to talk about this. The moon has been privatized and corporatized. You land on the moon and you see a Yoshinoya Japanese restaurant and a goddamn Applebee's. Now, I want to know in this Applebee's, is there the 2 for $20 dinners where somebody can take somebody they ain't really in a relationship with, but they sort of just banging, so it's kind of like they got a relationship, but they don't like to go out in public that much and spend money on each other, so you know what I'm saying, they'll buy something out each other, a little something to eat, and maybe if one feel like splurging, they'll go and get a skillet, but nonetheless, they're going to split a hellified dessert. Like, I want to see those relationships on the moon, you know what I'm saying? And I know there's people watching this who relate to that, because I know there's people like, yo, I done had to take somebody to get this 2 for $20. And I'm not just talking about dudes. Then we also see a Subway restaurant. You can eat fresh on the moon. Yeah, eat fresh on the damn moon. Okay? There's a DHL, there's a lunar shootout that happens on the moon. It's a lunar chase pirate shootout. Yeah, there's a lunar chase pirate shootout that happens on the moon. And it's a dope scene. It's dope watching the rovers drive and watch the pirates run up on them and everything. Oh, I forgot about the other thing I forgot to tell you about that happens. When they're on a mission earlier, Brad Pitt's character, he's with his crew, and they get a freaking SOS message when they're going before they go to the moon. And Brad Pitt's with the crew. He's assigned aboard, and they go and check out the space station, and when they go, there's like this giant fucking monkeys, these baboons, and they ripped the face out of the captain of the ship that was with Brad Pitt, and Brad Pitt doesn't scream. He's just like, okay, so the captain's dead, I gotta go, there's some shit happening on the streets in this ship. Like, he's super calm. That's how I know I could never be in space. And they say in space nobody could hear you scream. Fuck that. You'd hear all my screams. Because he was in there like, all right, I just got to hurry and get up out of here. I'd have been, oh shit, the captain dead. He dead. I'd have sounded like they sounded on Soul Plane when they thought that Snoop Dogg was dead, but he was really higher than Giraffe Pussy. Like, I'd have been sounding like that. Also, you get to the point later where Brad Pitt, when he wants to go to Mars, was it to Mars? Yeah. He hijacks the ship. Well, he stows away, and jumps on with the crew he was on that came to the moon with. Now, he's not supposed to be on the ship. They're supposed to be sending him back to the Earth. And, like, when he does it, he basically makes Kimberly Elise fall, busts her whole shit, and die. He kills another one. He shoots a dude, and then it just gets crazy all the way around, and he throws their bodies out. But as you find out, his dad is alive and well. Tommy Lee Jones is, and he lives in the Lima project that he helped develop. But he also went crazy and killed his entire crew because they wanted to go home. They didn't want to be with him. Yo, that is the most abusive relationship ever. As far as captain and subordinate, that is crazy. Your crew was like, yo, man, we don't want to be bothered with you no more. You done gone batshit crazy, bro. Ain't no cable up here, ain't no satellite, you know what I'm saying? I'm missing the games. Rachel Ray probably done made some great shit. Martha Stewart probably smoking weed on TV again. It's probably 19 seasons of Bachelorette in Paradise, man. You don't fucking up, man. Let me go home. And he like, you can't go, and kill y'all. That is crazy. And then you end up seeing Brad Pitt reconnect with his dad. Because, again, Space Command had him try to reach him via message, but he eventually connects with him in person. And you find out that Tommy Lee Jones' character, his father, basically was like, bro, I never gave a shit about you or your mama. I only care about my gig. I only care about my job. That's why I'm here. You don't mean shit to me. And Brad Pitt looked like he want to cry, but it like the hole in space, nobody see your tears. But he started eyes watering up, but it didn't happen. And so at the end, for some reason, he just gets don't want to go because I want to stay here. I forgot to include after all the time that Tommy Lee Jones had been out there observing Neptune, I believe it was. He goes past Saturn and goes to Neptune and everything. They discovered that there's no life. It's just like water based, but supposedly no life. And like this is Tommy Lee Jones' character. But nonetheless, Brad Pitt convinces him like, yo, you need to come back to the crib with me. Takes him outside in the shuttles, getting ready to take him. Tommy Lee Jones unhooks himself to fight, Brad Pitt tries to save him. They space tussle. They just spin. They just spin in a space tussle. And eventually Tommy Lee Jones just falls to the surface of Neptune. And Brad Pitt goes home and does a psych test. And pretty much that's it. There's so much I felt like did not play out well that could have been done better. But again, it's not my movie. It's my personal opinion. I do feel like the ending was not given that we kind of expected or hoped for, because you saw, like, you knew that the way this was building, there was going to be some grand showdown in a sense between father and son, that there would be some type of really big conflict, and not just a quick little space world tussle. You would see more, and that either Brad Pitt would have to kill his father or his father would try to kill him, and you didn't get that. And then you got him going back to being cool, calm, and reserved at the end. And I feel like there was so much more we could have got out of that. But that is my opinion. So if I had to give this movie a rating on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, I'd give it a 3. It's a good film. It's nothing that blows the roof off and blows the doors off the hinges for me. But it's okay. But again, it's something you have to make your personal opinion about. And that's what I want to know from you in the comments below. So like, subscribe, click on the notification bell, and leave me a comment. Let me know, did you rock with Ad Astra? Are you not rocking with it? Or did you not want to see it? Or has it still piqued your interest? Those are things I want to know from you, all right? Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington. MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington, right? Should know how to do that. Make sure you join my supervillain squad on Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. That is how you go and you completely support me, man. You support me, you help me build this channel. I'm building out my sets, I'm building up my camera equipment to do more, and filming a lot. And with your help and support, I can bring more to you. It is only $5 a month, and my gratitude and my ever gratefulness is always there for you. So go join the supervillain squad on Patreon. Make sure you check out the Mad Type podcast so I get you caught up on everything that's happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes. It is barbershop talk for nerds, so come on in the convo. Alright, click on the links to check my other videos. Check out Blurred and Gold. Well, yeah, you probably won't check out Blurred and Gold. Check out the Titan Season 2 reviews that are going on with me and Winston A. Marshall. And also check out my review of Tigers Are Not Afraid. Alright, I will holler at you guys later. Till then, take care. I'm out of here. Peace.